Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to Azooz. Welcome back to the World Series 2022. We are back here today with another round one match between Azooz and Apex in hopefully what will be an epic best of 9, first to win 5 games. In a second, I am going to show you the bracket, and it has all of the matches that I've casted so far, including some of my most recent uploads, including me versus Popo, and also the HSN Leb against magical game, and it has the results of some of them. So if you don't want a spoiler, don't look at the screen now. I'm gonna talk. You can maybe listen, but don't look at the screen now, because otherwise it'll spoil it. So next 30 seconds, I'm just gonna have the bracket open. So okay, so here we got with the bracket. The game we are gonna watch today, of course, take a look wherever you want. The game we are gonna watch today is Azooz and Apex, and they are over on the right hand side. Did lose them there for a second. The winner of this will go up against Reznov, who beat Revenger quite a few days ago now. So the winner of this will go up against Reznov. It's quite actually a hard game. Reznov actually beat Fargo in a 1v1 challenge set, or a semi-final of another tournament, only just yesterday, like 7-6 or something, really, really close and epic. So yeah, I won't tell you some of the others. There's some spoilers there and whatever. But I'm gonna hopefully upload every single game that's taken place tonight. I'm like a couple of games behind, not massive. Yeah, before we kick off as well, we are a couple of minutes early. Just want to give a shout out to all the sponsors of the World Series. Actually, if I bring you this screen, so the World Series is hosted on GameReplays.org. That's the forums where all the players like congregate, where all the tournaments and sponsorship happens and stuff. So I just want to show you the list of sponsors that sponsored this tournament. It's a $4,000 tournament, which is absolutely massive. I think one of the biggest online Zero tournaments ever, maybe the biggest online ever tournament. Oxygen, AK Baloney, Entropy, Antipro, Pepsi, B Legacy, Patterson, Low Giver, Dari, Percocet, Sultan, Craven, Alfie Ace, Modus, Felix, Doomsnight, Algans, Shapro, Azo, Tease, and Yosef, and there's $15 there from the Silver Cup tournament as well that carried over. So yeah, shout out to all the sponsors, because without all those sponsors, there would be not that many. Well, there would still be loads of eyes on Zero, I'm sure, but there wouldn't be quite as many. I think the massive prize pool does attract a lot of attention. $4,000 tournament is very, very huge indeed. Okay, we're a few minutes early. Hopefully we're going to do a lag test though. So we should still start on time. About 5.5 minutes early. Let's jump into game mode. Okay, we're here in the lobby with Apex. I'm going to rename myself to my streaming mode, DoMiTV. Welcome everyone in the chat, by the way. I'm still set as stealth from when I played my games against Popo yesterday. Shout out to anyone who's already watched that video. Might as well test me and Apex since we're here. Azooz needs 2 minutes, and that was written 2 minutes ago. He should be here in a second. Yo, Last Drop. He says, best commentator ever. Thank you, man. Last Drop also says, new logo GNX. Yeah, it looks awfully familiar, this GNX logo, doesn't it? A blue line facing right. Who would have thought? 9 ping, he says. It's not 9 ping.
We have big plans.
Yeah, Apex seems a good sport, and a 10 ping is exactly, or 10 latency is exactly what we need. Okay, so Zeus should be joining just now. It's a little bit sad, you know. I'm actually in a Discord chat with Owen Cover, which goes by the name of Asus, and he's trying to arrange the games with Size. And Asus, for those of you who don't know, actually lives in Ukraine, and apparently still lives in Ukraine despite the war and stuff going on. And Owen Cover / Asus has not been replying for a while. You would imagine he's got enough to worry about rather than a 0 tournament. But yeah, I think he lives in Kyiv, and he just literally wrote a few minutes ago that drones have been bombing his city. and he's been under attack. So that's why the Asus and Size games seemingly have been delayed. I thought, to be honest, I thought he'd just gone AWOL. Thought he'd just gone missing. He's done it a few times in tournaments before. But yeah, it seems like that is the issue. It makes you realize that even wars miles away from my country and miles away probably from a lot of your countries, or maybe close to some of you, does affect Zero as well. Apparently Blair TV, the Russian army, is looking for him to try and recruit him into to be a conscript, and apparently he's in hiding. So yeah, it does affect Zero, these things. In the meantime, I'll go and get my food, he says. Okay. Milan in the chat says, when will you play? I already played. I played yesterday against Popo. The game's uploaded just earlier today. Just doing a lag test. Someone's Apex has actually gone to get his food. I'm just reading the chat. GNX says his logo's different. His last drop says you better find another animal. Logica actually did a blue lion facing right as well. and then said it was unique. It wasn't inspired by my blue line at all. Okay, so what's going to be the first map? Who is on top of the bracket? That is a very good question. We'll just have a look at the bracket on the other screen. On top of the bracket, we have Apex. Apex will choose the first map. It's a best of 9. Round number 1, first to win 5 games. Random reverse. Decider, I believe, is the GLA mirror. We will check that if we come up to it. 6 seconds, we should be starting the games. Both players have actually just left the game. Where the hell have they gone? Lucifer in the chat says, go Zero rematch. Lucifer versus DoMiNaToR, a very interesting match, very big hype match. Don't know if I've ever played Lucifer in my life. Marco says, sorry to hear about Asus. Hopefully he's alright. Yeah, I hope he's alright. To be honest, I initially, you know when you just don't think about these things, you just think, he's just being lazy, just not arranging his games, because he's done it before. Just not arranging his games. I mean, I don't know if he just doesn't check the forums often. But yeah, it is a shame. Okay, so whose map did I say what it was? Apex map, I believe. Fred Smith says that's a crazy story. Hope he's okay. Yep. Asus is actually a really nice guy. He's messaged me in the past. For like tips and stuff. I think I beat him in the set once. And then afterwards, we were like talking about Zero, talking about tips and stuff like that. But that's just one of many conversations. Yeah, Asus is a nice guy. And a strong player for ages as well. From like the Eastern Europe community, he was like #1. I don't know if he is anymore. Maybe he still is. Paris says, congrats on the new intro. Cheers, man. It's been a few weeks now. Snowy. It's going to be the map. Snowy drought. I've casted a lot of Zero lately. There's so many replays to get through. I literally go to sleep thinking about some Zero build orders or how I introduce the players. Yo guys, what is up? Wait, I'm supposed to be asleep. Wow, Gile Mirror. Gile Mirror for game number 1, and both players have quit. Okay, second attempt. They're doing it in and out. And reverse. Get comfortable, boys. We've got a Gile Mirror opener. 2 times. If it's the decider, it's going to Gile Mirror as well. Wait, where the hell's this guy gone? Why is Azooz left? Maybe new color. Red and purple, quite the same. Yeah, I'm not colorblind, but I'm gonna. They both changed now, but I'm gonna guess that red and purple are probably harder to distinguish than other colors. I might be wrong actually, because you would think red and blue are quite different, but I know someone who is red and blue colorblind, and that was hard for them to see as well. Oh, 50k starting money. And super weapon limit. Oops. Good job it was a read, and it's good job someone reminded me. Nice one, Vinac in the chat. Okay, down in the south we've got Apex with the purple GLA Vanilla. Up in the north, we have Azooz with the Cyan Gile Vanilla. Or teal, as some people call it. Are cyan and teal exactly the same? I think they are, but I'm not sure. Okay, up in the north, we've got Azooz going for a box, but like we have seen in many of these replays so far, there is a gaping hole for someone to enter. Pretty sure an enemy technical can go through that. The thing is with leaving holes like this in your box is that sometimes the enemy technical can get in, but your technical can't get in. I have no idea why that happens, and someone needs to report that to Zezor and start the discussion on the forums, but I swear sometimes that happens. Often, actually. Okay, over on the right, we've got tunnel versus tunnel. Apex is quicker with the tunnel, but will he be able to grab it that bunker in time? It's going to be close, you know. If he immediately goes for it, and if he secures it, that's a huge advantage, shutting down that tunnel right from the beginning. Denying map control there from Azooz, wasted build time and stuff. I think he might be able to grab it, you know. He needs to move straight away. No, he's not going to get it. Not that great there from Apex, to be honest. I don't know why he was going down. You either go for it or you don't go for it. I actually think if it had collected it, if it had selected them as soon as they spawned, ooh, and then gone in the building, he might have got it. But a tech RPG with a terrorist inside of it gets stopped there. So actually, that's not too bad there from Apex. He loses his tunnel on the right, but actually he's stopped the main technical coming from the enemy, which is Azooz. No players going for 3 supplies here, which is very unusual actually. On Snowy Drought, it's like the king of 3 supplies for GLA. The map. I wonder how much pressure the players are feeling. World Series round number 1, 150 people watching, probably more by the end of this stream. Sometimes I think that's something that's overlooked. Sometimes you don't realize the pressure. I'm not convinced actually that people play their best when under pressure in the World Series and stuff. Maybe someone like the top expert players who are very experienced in tournaments. But I think people who haven't been in massive tournaments before, haven't had hundreds of people watching, I think that has a mental impact, and sometimes you may see littler mistakes, stuff like that, more often. I think those kind of people, you'd see them playing better actually just in normal 1v1 games when no one's watching them, just the regular on a Friday night, some Clan Wars. But then again, you might be thinking too much into it. Maybe both of these players are hardened veterans. Azooz has been around for a long time, actually. Apex, not sure how long he's been playing Zero, but he's got a technical now inside of Azooz's base. He is not killing the workers just yet, although he did fire a little bit. Azooz wins a little battle there, but one more quad pops from Apex. Chases the one quad and one RPG for both players there. Chases Azooz's away. This technical here causing lots of economic damage. Based on that, I think the advantage lies with Apex. He's also got a technical here running around. That tunnel there has been cleared, seemingly from that building. Worker going to build a tunnel down in the bottom right for Azooz. Is Apex going to see that? It's probably just out of his vision, you know. I'm not convinced that the vision goes like much past that, so I think that is a sneaky tunnel that he's not aware of. Very, very powerful, by the way. Just randomly send a worker down the right-hand side, see if it gets up. If it doesn't, you just cancel your tunnel, but if it does get up, it's a really killer blow for the enemy. Okay, technical from Apex is going to enter the base of Azooz once again. Azooz doesn't have that much map presence. Oh, he does have a tunnel here, actually. It's just stealth. I can't see it on the minimaps. It looks like less. Tunnel is going up in the right, and he is getting the refinery from the other side of the fence there. Interesting. Yo, Tease, cheers to the donation.
They won't notice.
Yo, Domi, how you doing, bro? Also, you the man for casting every World Series replay?
Cheers, Tease. I'm good, thank you. Whoa! Oh, baby! That was the Fargo pop to end all Fargo pops. He's just lost his entire tunnel, just the one remaining terrorist. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. When you saw the first terrorist, did you not think there could be another terrorist? If you're going to TNT a tunnel, it's always going to be 2 terrorists minimum. Or there will be a third to finish it off completely. But yeah, Azooz has probably just thrown the game with that, actually. Don't think you can lose all that many quads. You're going to have to replace them now. It's going to take ages. But yeah, Tease, cheers to the £5 donation. I'm good, thank you, man. I hope you are too. And yeah, no problem. After this, I'm going to get back to casting even more sets. I think I'm like 2 behind now. But more or less, you're up to date on my channel. Oh, I think I'm 3 behind, actually, because Rengo and Nur have played as well. Which I forgot about, because Rengo hasn't uploaded his... Rengo and Nur haven't uploaded their replays. Technical enters the top left area, kills a couple of workers. Quad here from Azooz. Azooz has expanded to a third, but he's getting his supply hit by the RPGs. Yeah, there was a lot of scrap remaining in the middle. Could have had 2 super techs, that is for sure. But did Apex have the technicals at that point? Big push here now from Apex. Azooz will not be able to hold it though because he wasted all of his quads. At that point, to be honest, as Azooz, I would be thinking, you know what, I'm low on units. Now I need to get a second arms dealer because otherwise I'm at risk of being pushed. And as we say that, Apex is already pushing across the base. It's not even with that big an army, really, all things considered. It's only 6 quads. You would expect probably that force would be bigger. Apex collecting on a decent amount of workers-ish. Needs to make some more there, but I think he's only just established that supply. Just needs to queue up a few more. Maybe 1 or 2 extra down in the bottom left, but I think Apex might have this one in the bag. He's securing all the map control. Only needs to flush out that building, and he denies Azooz all of his map control. Just needs to get that. Big pop here from Azooz. Going to try to defend against these 6 quads, and he is defending it. I think that was some bad targeting there for Apex. He's still actually focused on that tunnel. You want to attack move into these tunnels, not just click on the tunnel, because otherwise you'll keep attacking the tunnel, but you'll die to all the quads. Yeah, killing the quads is the way to go, because they're putting out a higher DPS usually than the tunnel. Or maybe always. Yeah, looking like it's going to go Apex's way. We've got a palace already from Azooz, though, and the palace is nowhere in sight, actually, for Apex. That's one big advantage there for Azooz. Does need one more worker on his main. Maybe one more up there in the top left as well. Worker here for Apex is going to be found, but that could actually just walk straight deep into the base, build a size tunnel deep in the back of the base. Technical for Azooz now entering the base. Is that going to be a TNT? And would you hit the refinery or the oil? And the oil is the thing you would hit. You want to move the technical out of the way first so you don't lose the technical as well. That worker there is going to get found, but we've got a big push actually here from Apex. Kills the refinery and TNTs the oil. Notice his technical did go down though. Got 2 buggies out. Don't know if that's enough to hold this, but with the palace occupied, definitely enough to hold this area. But can that army go around and maybe clear that supply or clear that tunnel or something? It's definitely making Azooz worried for sure. But Apex building another supply. That'll be on 4 supplies. Technical has actually entered the base. This is the problem with these bad boxes. Look how much trouble this is causing now. The Scorpion won't even fire on it because it's so claustrophobic in there. The Scorpion doesn't even... The Scorpion's probably just going to lose the battle. It doesn't even know what's going... doesn't even know what's going on. It's going to be a struggle to move it as well. What the hell? Well, there's no point beaconing it to say what a silly situation. The silly situation is you shouldn't have left that. You shouldn't have left the hole in your base. It is killable. The tank shouldn't be running away. It's so scared from the technical. Actually, Azooz has got a sneaky tunnel down in the bottom right. It must have brought a worker with that technical, with the TNT. But I don't think it matters, though, because I'm not convinced that Azooz has enough to defend that. Saying that, though, he's actually using it as a distraction in order to actually push out with his buggies. But he's got to clear land that actually should be his anyway. No player is getting the artillery platforms or the repair bay. I think that's a mistake. I think the artillery platforms and the repair bay is 100% worth getting. Buggies continue to try and get things done, but Apex is still on 4 supplies, remember? Both players on no oil, so Apex's economy is 100% greater right now than Azooz's. Because he has 4 supplies versus 2. Battle bus now out for Azooz, making use of that tech advantage. The buggies and the battle bus. Apex got some buggies of his own though. If that bus does not move pretty quick, it's going to go down to the hole. It's very, very close to the hole. I think it's going to go down. Leaves 2 RPGs behind to fight the buggies. Pretty sure those RPGs are going to die though. But the buggies not being microed. 2 buggies go down. Bus is still in play, but it is down to the hole. It's not completely dead. Buggies from Azooz. He's actually ahead in XP now from getting these few kills with the buggies. Down at the bottom left, 2 markets up for Apex. Apex still with a big edge though, I think, just due to the map control and the supplies. But yeah, you do need to start to worry at some point for Apex, having just lost a few buggies there pretty much for free. I haven't seen an Apex Jarman out, and Azooz Does have a pretty big army, backed up with probably more buggies than actually Apex has. I don't think Apex needs more markets at this point. I think he needs more army to ensure that he wins this game. Could be dropping down a fake every now and again, and then upgrading it. But definitely, I'd probably be going for 3 arms dealers. Especially having the refinery, because your buggies are like, what, 810 each? Like, the buggies are absolutely king here. The buggies just wreck everything, whether the enemy makes quads or buggies himself or buses or anything. Buggies from the opponent just counter all of that. No AP rockets from any of the players. Yo, Gizzy, welcome to the chat. No problem. He says thanks for casting. Okay, Azooz now trying to get these artillery platforms. He's got a tunnel presence here in the middle, and he's still got more buggies. Seems to be winning these buggy engagements. So it's, again, same story. Apex with the map control and the additional supplies, but Azooz with more units, more buggies. Making a battle bus there as well. And he's actually having some quite good success. Imagine if he didn't step on that terrorist when he did a bit of a Fargo pop down in the bottom right. He could be in a much better situation here. Big line of tunnels there, but there's nothing of use to defend up there anymore. Maybe a Scud Storm or something can be built there later on. Battle bus out. There's 2 Vet 2 Shamans next to each other. Who is going to hold their nerve the longest? And the purple Apex Jarman comes out on top. Azooz got impatient, started sniping workers, loses the Jarman's life. Balbus and a few quads push for Azooz over on the left-hand side. Azooz now capturing the repair bay, and Apex is losing markets. These are the ones that he was making when really he should have been pouring this into an army so he could defend his markets, but he's actually looking like he might lose some now. 2 battle buses pushing on the left. Apex bringing in an enormous amount of buggies now, actually. Finally, we're seeing him with the buggy advantage. He does have AP rockets now as well. Battle bus goes down instant. You see how fast that goes down? Getting a little bit too close to these RPGs though, but one of the markets there does fall. CC being built by Azooz in the top right. He's ahead in XP by quite a bit. 3.3k, 2.7k XP for Apex. Okay, big counter-attack here by Apex, clearing a lot of tunnels in the middle. However, there are 2 artillery platforms, raining some damage down. Takes out 1 buggy, 1 Scorpion gone extremely low. Will Apex hang around here to clear these artillery platforms, or is he just going to leave? Looks like he wants to clear it. If we lose any more units, he might lose this one if the artillery platforms are still on it, but it looks like they're not. So this aggression from Azooz is all stopped for now. These markets are getting a little bit close to Azooz's base. He's probably banking on keeping this area secure. There's a lot of tunnels and buildings here. Going a little bit too close to tunnels. Big pop here from Azooz. Takes out 3 buggies completely for free and the Toxin Tractor. The thing is, Azooz can have all the XP in the world, all the kills in the world, but he's still 100% in economy behind. And that does not include the markets, by the way, which I'm sure Apex is ahead in the markets as well. But he's 100% ahead, Apex is, in terms of the actual supply crates and supply docks on the map. Saying that, though, they're about to mine out, but still relative, I suppose. Yeah, you could say, actually, he's 300... Is he 200% ahead now because he's on 1, 2, and 3 supplies until they run out versus just the 1 there of Azooz. Buggies versus Buggies, and Apex is coming out on top. He's got the superior numbers, still got the superior map control, even though he did lose this entire area. A few RPGs dotted around, still down the left by Azooz. Azooz now dropping down the Scud Storm. He's close to level 5, you know. A decent Anthrax Bomb, wiping out the army, followed by a decent sneak, and then his Scud Storm advantage. He's still got a good chance, I think, despite what the map looks like. All depends on if he can get to that level 5 without taking too much damage. There's a Vet 3 Jarman running around for Apex, going to snipe one of these buggies. Yeah, Vet 3 Jarman, but not to be confused with a Vet 3 Jarman on a bike. Has to be on a bike for the magical mismatch to happen, and a 50-50 draw to be called in by Boyka in the chat somewhere. But yeah, he needs to be put on a bike. Over on the right side, we've got Apex now pushing back these tunnels. There was only a CC behind there. Speaking of CCs, though, he still needs it, Azooz does, because if he wants to use the Anthrax Bomb and the sneak attack to get himself back into this game, then yeah, he needs to hold that position. He has 4.7k, so he needs to clear, like, if he clears 3 tunnels, he will get up to level 5, or maybe like, I don't know, 7 more. 7 more units or 5 more units? Like 5 more units, I think. That quad just gave about 50 XP. But the CC's taking a hell of a beating. It's probably going to go down. Hopefully there's a battle bus, and as I say that, there is a battle bus, because that would be perfect, I was thinking, to come and trap these buggies. But most of the buggies are escaping, only took down 2. And that battle bus is going to go completely... and not even evac, but I suppose it doesn't make much of a difference. But he did save his CC, though. And look, he only needs 1 more kill. He does have AP rockets. I'd start making some tier 1 units now, maybe. Like Scorpions and quads. So you can do a sneak attack in close proximity to the tunnels like this. Backed up by buggies later. Yeah, because he does have a lot of buggies with Apex. I suppose it would still be difficult, wouldn't it? Yeah, I suppose it would still be difficult. But yeah, Anthrax Bomb maybe. If you get an Anthrax Bomb and it kills all of them buggies, followed by a sneak attack full of tier 1 units, that's one way you could get back into it. But there's a lot of markets up here, though. I suppose that's the thing about spreading your base around the map. If you lose one area, and if you lost your main production, you've still got a ton of stuff over on this right side. CC is finished. Why are we not seeing an Anthrax Bomb? Because it would come from straight there. Yeah, there we go. Is Apex paying attention? It's going to be a legendary Anthrax. I almost hope he doesn't move just so it's so legendary. Kills a ton of buggies, and even more buggies run into it. Oh, he's lost every single buggy. That is exactly what Azooz needed to even stand a chance here. Where's the sneak attack? He doesn't have to scan. Why doesn't he have a sneak attack? That's really terrible there of Azooz. Now he does the sneak attack. Where is it, though? Don't know about that position. Why didn't he research the radar van and do it like somewhere back in the base? Because like even if you push there, you're surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tunnels, and even when you get through that, then you're only on top of the production. You want to skip all of them tunnels. That's the advantage of the sneak attack. Okay, Azooz is still on it though anyway. Is getting some ground, kills 1 tunnel at least. Is he getting the bounty money as well here? Well, Apex definitely getting the bounty money, but he's also approaching level 5, so Anthrax Bomb on top of the sneak attack could equally wipe out Azooz's army just as fast. Sneak attack, yeah, could be used by Apex too. Scud Storm going to fire in 2 minutes and 20. Hey, that is taking the mic, that is definitely taking the mic. Only Marikar does that. You can't copy Marikar. Marikar has got copyright on that. A, B, C, D. There's none of this 1, 2, 3. Okay, Azooz continues to creep forward. He has 6 buggies. He does have AP rockets. Kills just 1 worker. Not hitting these tunnels just yet. Over in the top right, we have a group of buggies pushing for Apex. It's one of the better games I've seen in the World Series. Pretty close. We've had a... Actually, I think we're 22 minutes into this match, or 23 minutes. We've had some whole sets that were 20 minutes. We definitely have had some whole sets that were less than this. This one game alone is longer than some people's whole sets. I can't remember which one. I'm sure some of you will remember in the chat. Okay, evac's a terrorist. You know things are getting desperate when you evac 1 terrorist from your palace at 23 minutes to go after a massive army of tunnels and buggies. Will be funny if it reaches its target though, but currently it's on the retreat. Yeah, I think Azooz did have a real good chance when he hit that Anthrax bomb, but I think the longer he waits, he's just so far behind in markets and economy that, yeah, and he's just fighting a massive uphill battle. A Jarman and a bike. Sorry, not a Jarman and a bus for Apex. Got a Jarman and a bike on the brain. Okay, finally a decent sneak attack by Azooz, but I'm afraid it's too late. The prime opportunity was before. Yeah, when he negated the whole army, he killed every single buggy with the Anthrax bomb. The problem is doing the sneak attack when there is loads of buggies out still, is that it won't get as much done. Saying that though, we do have a Scud Storm heading across the map.
Let's kick up some dirt.
Hits the Scud Storm there of Apex, so Azooz retains the Scud advantage. But it is still alive though, that is a slight problem. Just needs one more tap. Azooz is a bit angry about that, it's spamming on the keyboard. Either that or an animal has got on his keyboard. Which, either possibility is not good. But I also don't know if it makes too much of a difference. I would have been more angry with myself about the Fargo pop rather than the Scud Storm fail to kill. Yeah, I'm probably more angry about myself having the epic Anthrax bomb but not following it up with an epic sneak. I think there's lots of greater things here that's going to cause him to lose rather than just this. It is auto healing. Another Scud Storm going to be built by Apex. Needs, if he's going to build 2 Scud Storms in one location, at least a couple more tunnels or a stinger or something around it. Yeah, but the fact he spammed on his keyboard just shows you he is trying hard. He really wants this. Yeah, he does really want it, but I think the main thing, the ultimate #1 main thing here is losing a lot of map control and giving the opponent 4 supplies when you only had 2. That is the be-all and end-all. Doesn't matter about the bad sneak, not killing the Scud, all that kind of stuff. The thing that led up to this situation is letting the opponent have 4 supplies while you only had 2. You could argue as well that players should be opening with 3 supplies, because you can more or less get a technical out at the same time. And Azooz didn't have great map control anyway. I think 3 supplies would be good. Sneak attack in Azooz's base. Here comes an Anthrax bomb though. All the buggies are going to go back inside. Oh, nearly all of them. Nearly all of them went back inside. 1 Scorpion and 2 buggies died. The rest of the buggies escaped. Another arms dealer and another arms dealer up for Apex. This Scud Storm is going to be rebuilt. They're both going to appear on the map at the same time. I think he's on 4 arms dealers now in total. Azooz trying to poke down this left-hand side. I think Azooz is just like too confined to a thin strip of the map. He's losing his palace. His buggies come in. I think that's GG. Yeah, the anthrax in his base is actually hurting him now, hurting his production. Yeah, I do feel for Azooz because you can tell he got a little bit angry and animated, and he does want this win, and he feels it slipping from his grip. Well, did he ever have it in his grip? It says GG, well played. Yeah, GG, well played. Yeah, Apex did play good. I think there was more elements of mistakes from Azooz though that caused the loss. Yeah, mainly the map control. Needed to work on his map control because look at the cash difference. He even killed loads more units. So imagine if he just held on to his third and let Apex have his third and just equalized it, he would have won because look at the units destroyed. Look how effective he was given the money situation. He was very effective. But yeah, GG, that was one of the closest games, or longest games actually, we've watched. I wouldn't say the closest. Maybe we have seen closest. Maybe we have seen closer than that, I mean. Yeah, remember, winner of this will face against Reznov. Reznov is patiently waiting there in round number 2. Up in the north, we've got Apex with the Gillet Vanilla in the purple. Down in the south, we have Azooz with the Cyan Gillet Vanilla. Okay, looks like we got a better box from Apex. This time it's actually a nice supply because I like the barracks to be done on an angle like that. You want to leave all that surface area there for workers to collect. Let's see how Azooz is getting on. Quite a bit of girth on that gap. Not sure how I feel about that girth. Think an enemy technical might be able to squeeze through. Maybe it is just tight enough. Maybe. But in the World Series, do you want to be leaving a risk like that where an enemy technical could get in? We saw how much trouble it caused before. Luckily, Apex still got the win with despite that weird technical getting in and Scorpion not being able to kill it. But it just causes problems. Might force you to sell the barracks, for example. Okay, first unit from Azooz is a technical. I'm so confused about why we're not seeing 3 supply builds. In all honesty, this map has been overplayed and overplayed so many times, GLA mirrors. Well, in all matchups, actually. And yeah, one of the best build orders is 3 supplies. In fact, probably the top 5 best build orders are all 3 supplies. Okay, bit of a push here from Azooz. What is it? I feel like it's only a tech RPG and a worker. I don't think it's many RPGs as well. There is a bit of a gap there where a worker came out for a second. It's a big tech RPG push from Azooz in the base. Takes out 2 technicals there from Apex, but Apex brings another technical out, crushes a ton of stuff. And I think all of that will get stopped. Either a technical just to run it all over, or a toxin tractor. A toxin tractor. Clears it all up, yeah. Not the greatest attack there from Azooz in the world. Stopping directly in front of the War Factory because the War Factory or Arms Dealer will just send out 1 technical to run it all over most of the time. I think Azooz had an opportunity there to kill that tunnel, but I think now he's waited. Maybe Apex has 1 or 2 units to defend against it. It does pop the Toxin Tractor. But the difference is there. Azooz retargeted, killed the Toxin Tractor, and now will close down that tunnel. So he is getting some better map control than he did in the previous game. Taking down that tunnel is pretty big, but this supply is already up for Apex. So Apex again ahead in economy sooner. Okay, Azooz quite heavy on the quads. His tunnel there got denied, but it's still 50%. He's bringing another worker as well. Scorpions from Apex, and he's also getting his oil. Oil from Azooz. But yeah, Azooz just doesn't care about his third. Is he going to push into that? It's quite a lot of RPGs, quite a lot of Scorpions. Loses one quad. No Scorpion rockets in play, actually, so the Scorpions aren't as strong as they should be. Hotkey for that is K. Costs $1,000. Definitely worth getting. But actually, there's so many RPGs here that these quads for Azooz are being pushed back quite quick. But Azooz is creeping forward. Does not want to hang around here. He's creeping forward more and more. Apex, got a bit of deja vu here. Apex would pretty much exactly the same area tunnel that we saw from Azooz earlier. But Azooz just seems solely focused. Tunnel vision straight down the middle. But you can't forget to get your third, or just not be interested in your third, and also not scout that area at all. Yeah, he has though. He's seen it. He has seen it. He's continuing to press in the main base, but he's going only quads against rocket scorps. Not great, but that's a real good pick off there, stopping that on 87%. Really good. Yeah, only Scorpions against only quads. We know who's going to win that engagement. Collins in the chat says, pro tip, if you get worker shoes, your workers collect faster. Best upgrade in the game. Whoever gets that first usually wins. I'm not even joking. Okay, technical there from Azooz. Bit weird, not even sure what it was doing. It should have just gone in there and started killing workers. I don't think he's going to clear this supply anyway, and that technical's nearly dead anyway, so you might as well have just sent it in. Suicided it running all over them workers would have had more impact than just chilling here doing nothing. Technical here from Apex. Is he going for a TNT? He is. A bit brave against quads, because quads can wreck TNTs very, very fast. Cancelled build in there from Apex. I mean, if I thought my opponent was on 2 arms dealers and at risk of overrunning me, I would be dropping down a second arms dealer. But having watched Azooz play a couple of games now, we know he's only on 1 arms dealer. He's done that both games. So in that case, having watched Azooz, probably would just be making the fast palace, actually. We've got a very interesting situation, a bit of a base rate going on. Quads is a continued unit of choice there for Azooz. He's also TNT at the top right oil, but he's also losing his bottom left base. But does Apex need to go for the counter here because he's economically ahead? Do you need to? He's actually gone for a saboteur. That's a mistake, isn't it? Quads continue to push forward. Only tunnel remaining in Apex base goes down, but there are 2 Scorpions out. Does have Scorpion rocket now. Gets himself a super tech, which immediately goes down. Don't know if it was quite a super tech, actually. It was at least a grenade tech. But Apex actually holds strong, and he's cleared the bottom left supply, so Apex has again focused really hard, played really good, but he's forgetting key little things that it doesn't matter how aggressive you play or how fast you play. If you're forgetting to take your third and you're only making quads against Scorpions, you're just fighting an uphill battle again. So I feel like if he'd got his third and if he'd actually mixed in some Scorpions with his quads, I think he could have easily won this game. But yeah, if you're just making quads against Scorpions, well, he does have Scorpions now, but is it a bit too late now? He's already lost loads and loads of quads. There is a saboteur. Is he going to get run over? Oh, he lives. Crosses the road. Thought he was going to get run over. What is he actually going for? It's definitely a mistake. I think he meant to build a hijacker. But he's... Ooh, he can actually run up hills, you know? He can actually run up hills. He's doing the moonwalk up a mountain. I don't think he does any different animation. He just runs backwards down a mountain. Okay, Azooz in this building with a load of RPGs. Still want to watch where this saboteur is going. I feel like it's the journey of death. He's almost been run over multiple times. He's clearly been shot by something. He's limping backwards up mountains and down mountains. What can he go in? I don't think he can't go in a refinery in oil, can he? Can he disable an oil? I don't think he can. I don't know why he's heading over there. I mean, maybe he's going to amaze me. He's going to run into a tunnel though. Oh, how disappointing, man. That's a real disappointment. That was a bit of a dramatic, blood-curdling death. Terrorist here from Azooz. I mean, Azooz is losing the game in too many places, man. His whole attacks have been stopped. Apex is ahead in XP. Azooz is only just expanding to his third. And he has this well annoying tunnel to deal with that's killing his workers. Very slowly, though, because it's built on a bit of an angle with this supply. Azooz does grab himself this little radio building slash tower, whatever it is. There's so many Scorpions here, so much veterancy, so many RPGs. Has Azooz even remotely got anything to deal with that? I'm waiting for another Saboteur, honestly. I was getting excited about him, but I think Apex has done it, you know. I think Apex is going to make this 2-0. I'm going to make a prediction, you know. I always say that the first 2 games really affect how the rest of the set goes. Like mentally, it can give you positivity or it can wreck your morale or whatever. I think the first 2 games being hard fought. The first one was really hard. This second one, I think, if Azooz goes on to lose this, I think it's going to affect his mental game, honestly. Because we're in the same situation again. Apex on 4 supplies versus Azooz on 2. I mean, barely 2, because this one keeps getting wrecked. Okay, Azooz is going to get the cancel on this supply, or at least force it to be sold, rather. Who can? Both players can be on bounty money now, so these big fights can be rewarding actually with the bounty money. Azooz still has his refinery and his oil. Same can't be said for Apex because that one got TNT'd. The oil did. So if Azooz can somehow kind of stabilize, he is on an oil. Both players though not really prioritizing going for the middle, the artillery platforms. First buggy seems to be out from Apex. Yeah, the Palace actually got cancelled by Azooz, so he's quite a bit behind now, not only for the tech, but also still not on that supply. But saying that though, he is pushing further north. Might be able to clear Apex's 3rd supply. Apex actually rushing back to his base. Sorry, inside of his tunnel. Just to try and back this area up. But yeah, both players are going to lose their 3rd actually. I say 3rd, it's actually Azouz's 2nd because he's actually lost his 2nd. I mean, Azooz is only on 1 right now. He's dropping down another arms dealer. Now, I don't know if that's the best decision now. I think rebuilding the palace now would be the correct thing to do. I don't know, Azooz is in a difficult situation regardless. Still waiting for another Saboteur, by the way. Which we are not seeing. He is invisible on the map though, so you might not see him until he's literally on the screen. Apex tunnel in the bottom left supply. Azooz does have a forward tunnel here. It's weird how one player has a tunnel there, the other player has a tunnel there. I suppose it's where the workers crossed earlier, but isn't it? Only 3 workers collecting for Apex top left. Can establish a supply here soon if he wants. Palace now being built by Azooz, but he doesn't have much cash, having just deployed a palace and a 2nd arms dealer at the same time. Only just got that supply up and running. Can Saboteur go on bikes? Music Audio 9 in the chat said yes. In fact, it's rare to see him running across the map like that. It's actually more common to see him on a bike than not. Technical being loaded up with something. It is a TNT from Apex. I think he wants to kill that oil. I think it is worth tunneling and stingering that entrance a bit more, because this area is so valuable. Looks like both players don't have bounty, which is a big mistake. Because all of these fights would be earning you so much money. All you have to do is select it from the General's promotions and drop down a CC and then cancel it. And you'd be getting all this free money from all these fights. So yeah, it's quite a big mistake. But once again, we find Apex in an economically advantageous position. We've got him on 4 supplies against Azooz's 2. Yeah, I do feel all GLA mirrored out, you know. I hope we see something else in the next match. Some USA, some China, GLA, China, something like that. Okay, technicals for Azooz. Wreck all the workers down in the bottom left that was stealing money from Azooz's supply. Exile in the chat says they're not called saboteurs, they're called Suburtos. At least that's what Boyka calls them. Ooh, Jean-Michel snipes the technical there of Azooz. Kills all the RPGs inside of it as well. Apex seems to be the king of the Jean-Michel battles. Because I always like to watch the Jean-Man versus Jean-Man battle. It's like a mini battle within the grander war. Whoever's winning the Jean-Man battles. More often than not, I think we're seeing Apex win those battles. Kills his own technical there. But you could argue that was a better decision anyway, rather than to give it XP to the buggies. Gets the oil kill. Massive. One thing that actually is good for a saboteur that you actually saw in patch 1.06, and you saw players like Caro really popularize it. Caro is another Zerat expert, retired a while ago. He's a very good player. He would make a load of saboteurs because they were quicker to make in 1.06. So they built like, was it like half the time or something? I'm sure they were they cheaper? I don't know. They were more easily accessible, whether they're cheaper or build faster or whatever. You could go inside the enemy supply and it would steal $1,000 off them. And it does in this game as well. Because they take so long to make, in 1.04 you don't really see it that often. I do think it's still worth it if you can afford it and you're pretty sure it's going to reach its target. Stealing 1,000 from the supply is always good. Of course, a Lotus is better to do it. Lotus should always be going for a cash shack, really. Okay, we've got a load of buggies out for Apex, and he's pushing Azooz back, but Azooz is going for a counter-attack up in the top left. He does not have the buggy ammo upgrade, though, like Apex does. So, yeah, Apex ahead in attack again. Yeah, Azooz again with only 2 supplies against 4. He has not changed that status quo. He's going to push now on the right. He's not giving up easy, is he? A lot of people probably would have even give up by now. He is not giving up. He's still fighting strong. Lost his oil though, so he's going to start running out of steam soon because his main's dried up. That's his only income right now. Yeah, can he keep up a war with these buggies with stronger, well, more ammo, not stronger ammo? He might have AP rockets as well. Let's see. No AP rockets. So one thing certain experts will do is get the AP rockets quite early on. They win a lot more buggy engagements for it. Yo, Wolf93, cheers to the donation.
Why do you sometimes send workers or dozers the clear mines next to your supply on opening games, usually the first out of a command center?
The reason for the clear mines thing is that your worker has got less chance of being interrupted by another building or a scaffold or anything like that. It's got more chance of going directly to its target by the clear mines. For example, if you bring a worker through your CC as soon as it spawns, and you click normally and it's in the middle of your CC, and then you clear mines, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it will still reach its target without like bugging out and going to the outside of the CC. So yeah, you've got more chance of reaching your target faster is the long and short of it, without being interrupted as the clear mines. Azooz says GG. But yeah, it's exactly the same really. Azooz did try a different strategy though. I suppose he did try the aggression in the beginning, but it felt like he was even playing fast. You could tell he was determined. You could tell he wanted to win. I know for a fact that he's going to be annoyed about those 2 losses there. But the problem is, it's not micro and stuff like that. Well, maybe there was a few things micro-wise. It's the grand strategy. Big decisions. Ignoring the third supply. Not really scouting or tunneling on that right-hand side for ages. Letting Apex creep forward. And also just making quads against Scorpions was a big bad decision. Change those 2 things. Get that third supply. And with that aggression, actually mix in some Scorpions. Very good chance to win. Not going to say would outright win, but it is at least a lot closer than that. Pretty sure a Saboteur always gets 1k, unless the opponent has less. First game was like 25 mins or so. I casted 1 whole set in like 20 mins. Quid Muff in the chat. Hi Gen X, I mean Dominator. That's funny. Yeah, Azooz is taking a bit of a break now. Maybe he's checking the replay or something. At least people can enjoy semi-knobs. Semi-knobs. What's... Where's the sem... Wait, what's a semi-knob? Yeah, Vivid against nickname. Was that 20 minutes? What map? Azooz's map now, I believe. Azooz wants Tournament Desert. Yeah, I believe it's in and out. Ooh, Tank Inf. Probably looking at a 1-1 matchup, unless Tank has got some crazy build order planned. Crazy aggression. Okay, jumping into game number 3. I think Azooz might be able to get his first win under his belt here. It's his map, Tournament Desert, and he's got a very strong army against a much weaker army here, which is the China Infantry, which is basically the hard counter to China Tank. So down in the south, we've got China Inf for the Cyan player, which is Azooz. And then all the way up in the north, we've got Apex with the China Tank in the purple color. So yeah, Apex will need to try something. And he is trying something. He's gone for an aggressive war factory straight in the middle of the map. But Azooz is going to find it. What Azooz really could do is either just send an outpost there, or he could build a bunker if he had a dozer close. But actually, he doesn't have a dozer close. Could build a bunker right in front of there. Load it up for the tank hunters. It would be literally game over. But straight away, though, that's looking bad for Apex. This war factory, you do not want it to be found. I actually don't really like this from Apex. I would like to see a barracks, a few tank hunters, and then into a war factory. Saying that, though, it probably still would get equally as wrecked, because your flamer would just be late, wouldn't it, with that build order? So yeah, Azooz going barracks first, finds this. Outpost is going to load up this, and it's literally those 2 units are dead. That war factory's dead, and it's probably game over. Going to be much quicker for sure, I reckon. War factory's already dead. Is Azooz going to evac this? Does. Flamer getting absolutely wrecked by this outpost. It's like a mini battle bus. You could even say it's a beefy battle bus, because the tank hunters inside of it are stronger than regular RPGs. GG from Apex, and this is Azooz's chance now, although it's going to be hard. But it is Azooz's chance to equalize. He picked Tournament Desert for a reason. Probably knows it better than Apex. And yeah, what plan has Azooz got? I don't mind that middle war factory like that. I don't mind an aggressive war factory somewhere. But yeah, personally, I would make the barracks first, but probably would have equally got wrecked. You could have made barracks first, Red Guard. Or you could have done 2 spies, 2 war factories, just normal in your base. Outpost flamers mixed. Outpost and Gats. Azooz is thinking about his build order. He says a second. Yeah, it's going to be hard with whatever. You could try to bunker it out, try go for mix. You could try to get both of the oils very quick. Put a fast set of Red Guards into mix. If you get both oils and stop the first outpost, could be very, very good for you. It's going to be hard regardless. You have to take a risk somewhere. Azooz says has fun after thinking about his build for 30 seconds. What has he got in store for us? People saying he's inactive and a bit rusty at the moment, Azooz, as well. Has he actually been actively playing? I saw probably a few weeks ago he's playing 3v3 Defcons on Game Ranger, but apart from that, I don't know if I've seen him about that often. Up in the north, we've got Azooz with the Cyan China tank. He's going for a barracks first. Looks like he's going to be going for an oil cap into MiGs, maybe? Might be wrong. Apex is going for 2 supplies. No fast barracks out for scouting. What Apex could do here is 2 supplies and 2 war factories. Whether that's the strongest thing to do is up for debate. But Azooz actually going for 2 tank hunters straight to the middle and into a war factory. Okay, not what I expected. And Apex is going for double war factory. Azooz is moving into Red Guards now. The middle is pretty covered, but I mean, if one flamer goes there from Apex, he's on double war factory, so you imagine one flamer might come to the mid. If that gets cleared, then the middle is wide open. Over on the right, even this one war factory alone could probably break through this, just with like an outpost and a flamer. Outpost here from Apex is going to head over to the left-hand side. Outpost from Apex over on the right-hand side as well. It's going to meet this flamer. That flamer, you would imagine, is going to go down depending on how the micro goes. Azooz does have the capture upgrade, but it's going to be revealed what his strategy is, because this Red Guard has been found. Might keep this outpost busy a bit, though. Going to go in that bunker, which is a little bit annoying. But over on the right, though, Azooz should now realize it is 2 supplies and 2 war factories from the opponent. Apex now making a barracks, though. Going to load up a more full outpost. I personally think he shouldn't make the barracks. I think he should carry on with the spam. That oil on the right does get denied. This one over here, though, might get captured. It's going to be insanely close, actually. I think the flamer will deny it. Just. Okay, outpost for Apex does break through the defense. Kills one dozer. I would making a Red Guard there from Azooz now, even with the veterancy as well. This dozer here is at risk of going down. His tank hunters inside of the outpost are awfully close. Red guards are produced by Azooz over on the left-hand side. It probably will eventually clear this up. Flamer down the middle though from Azooz kills the power plant. Is that going to be able to get there and kill some more stuff? Because the next unit was ready, but now the power plant's been killed. Now Apex's base is in danger. He's at risk of losing his entire base here. The supply's going down. But Azooz has moved this dozer out of the way. 2 more outposts heading down the right-hand side. TNT planted there on the trucks. Azooz maybe should have killed the war factory first, because maybe that flame is going to go down now. He does try and chase this outpost. Is he going to flame wall? Oh my god, that's insane. He might do it. He might be able to flame this war factory down. It is the Vet 2 flamer now. He's healing. He might take down the war factory at least. He would have been hoping though for that flamer to survive and push in and do even more damage. So yeah, half of Apex's base is gone. Second war factory going up for Apex. Azooz is now hunted. GG. GG. Whew.
You have been defeated.
Don't know. Was that winnable at all for Azooz? I think where there's a will, there's a way. In hindsight, 2 supplies, 2 war factories from the tank probably would have been able to stop it, maybe. Make a mixture of outposts, flamers, gats, troop crawlers, just make a load of that. Apex saying he got scared. Was a good flamer, to be honest. Welcome everyone in the chat. Yo, Dark9, good to see you. I think I saw... Did I see Sexy in the chat? Yeah, he says, when does round 2 start? I think it starts immediately. I don't think there's any waiting, you know. I think... I might be wrong. Maybe some admin can correct me. I think it can just start anytime. Better question is... who will I face in round 2? Is Hawkeye going to show up for any games? Or will it be Urk that I face? That is a better question. (3-1) Apex needs 2 more wins. I think Azooz has got real potential based on everything we've seen so far. Just needs to change a few things and he would be winning some of these games. But you can tell he's trying hard here. The way he waited for 30 seconds to a minute thinking about his tanking build order, you can tell he's not just pressing accept and just going in doing any old build order. He's thinking about these things. You saw him spam on his keyboard when he didn't kill that scud. I didn't actually see what the matchup was. It was a tank and super weapon. I didn't actually see it. Tank and super weapon. It is an interesting matchup, that's for sure. Do you do a no eco here, or do you try and play it normal? I think if you try and play it normal, I think you might get wrecked. Okay, down in the south, we've got the purple player with the China tank in the south position with the name Apex. Dark9 says, what's this, low semis? Nah, your match is tomorrow, isn't it? Low semis? Oh no, you didn't qualify. Up in the north, we got Azooz with the super weapon in the cyan color. Looks like a no eco. Is a no eco. 2 supplies and 2 war factories from Apex. I don't think any of the games are going to be as long as our first game with the GLA mirror. I think they're getting progressively shorter, aren't they? But Azooz is definitely under pressure now. This micro better be insane, Azooz. I've just been bigging you up about how I think you got potential. His micro and everything so far I think has been okay. What's been lacking is the bigger decision making. And when I say that, I mean like relentless quad spam into scorps and not expanding to his third. Things like that. He's actually going for a 4... Oh no, wait, here's the 5th. What the hell's the 5th doing out here? 5 MDs inside of a single V. Pushing forward. Waiting for the next one. Got to be careful you don't take too much damage on that one V though, otherwise you end up waiting for half the game to repair that single V. But he's coming in trying to get what damage he can done. Kills 1 outpost and 1 GAT. I think that's probably enough now. Maybe now head back into the base. Regroup. Flamer's on the way, but the thing is, unless you are proper on it, and I mean like you've had a few energy drinks, don't try and control 2 groups of Vs at the same time. Otherwise, that happens. He's obviously only had like 1 energy drink. Yeah, that when I said that should go back now and regroup, that's exactly what he should have done. Another decision poorly made there by Azooz. He's going to lose the game now. If it had gone back to group up, that first V was actually quite a success. And he was probably in with a good chance. But now there's a GAT in the back of the base. His barracks has already been taken out. And Apex is again on double the economy, just spamming across the map. A single V cannot do enough damage. You can hold tank off. Yeah, you can hold tank off, but he's on double war factory, spamming GATs all the way across the map. He's going to be on no Chinooks very soon. And Azooz has thrown it. Yeah, that decision, that V there, that drive in there, you can see the zigzag has cost him the game. He's going to lose this V as well in a second. Extremely low. Losing both Chinooks. And that is GG, I'm afraid. Looking like a GG. Lacelock comes in on the GAT, but it's too little too late. Azooz is just doing the honourable thing, fighting to the death, but he has absolutely no chance. Injured V, 1 ambulance, and like 1 or 2 missile defenders inside of there. Sells his war factory. He will get enough now for a Chinook to remake. Oh no, he has more than 1 or 2 MDs in there actually. It seems pretty full, maybe 4 or 5. I mean, with the most perfect micro in the world, that V shouldn't go down to these guns. But he's always taking a little bit of damage. I have a feeling it's going to go low. Yeah, there we go. Oh, he does keep going. He does keep going. Apex, why do you not have a prop yet? V gets caught. GG. Yeah, micro needed to be a little bit better, and that decision to go deep into the base with 1 injured V was not the right call.
You have been defeated.
Apex extends his lead to 4-1. I think Azooz again had the right idea, just the decision making in game just needs a little bit of tweaking. In my opinion, that first single V needs to kill some trucks. That's ideally what you want to do. But when that forward supply, forward war factory, maybe you have to go... Maybe you have to send the V if you follow my mouse cursor. Maybe send the V right and around there and kill the trucks from the back. Yeah, I personally think... forget the dozer. Yeah, kill a dozer if you can, but I think the primary thing is to kill the trucks. Down in the south, we have the China tank with the cyan color for Azooz. All the way up the north, we have Apex with the super weapon in the purple. Playing very good so far, and he's extended his lead now to 4-1. Just needs 1 more win, and Azooz needs 4 in a row. He cannot afford any more losses. Bud Liquor in this 69 says, I love the logo animation, is so much better. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Faster says you mean GNX. 2 spies, 2 war factories from Azooz. Apex mixing it up. He's actually going for an EMP drop. I don't think you need the power upgrade for this, do you? Can't remember now, you know. Apex, how much cash, how much power has he got? Oh no, he does. Yeah, it needs a power upgrade. So I'm hoping he's purchased it, because otherwise he's going to go low power in a second. I haven't been watching his cash. Yeah, he has. There we go. So, Azooz actually makes the troop crawler to counter this and sends a Gat still forward. The problem is now, though, that the dozer can wreck enough of these... Oh, he disables his own dozer, though. That's what you want to do, is force fire the ground somewhere else or shoot something else. Because now you've disabled your own dozer, it can't get the crush. So, yeah, bit of bad targeting there by Apex. Will now give Azooz the chance to clear that up. And that's probably about as bad as losing that first full V. Because you've lost the dozer and you've lost the $900 EMP and not really achieved that much apart from the delay the tank a little tiny bit. And just like the previous game, he's got one full V against 2 War Factory spam of Gats. He is on 3 Chinooks though, that's the difference. City Blue in the chat says, I saw a bug where you can control the drone manually by killing the vehicle and occupying the drone. Is it allowed in tournaments? I can guarantee you if you did that in a tournament, you're probably going to get in trouble. I think there's a rule around sportsmanship and deliberate bug abuse. I think that would probably fall under that. But I have seen the video you're talking about and I think it's hilarious. I really do think it's hilarious. Okay, well, Apex is getting himself a decent number of Vs out. He seems to have everything under control so far, despite that poor resulting drop in the beginning. That Gat just needed to go deep in the back and just start hitting the Chinooks. Don't know why it came forward there for Azooz. Seems to be a little bit laggy. I don't know if someone's clicked over a mountain or something, but there's so many Gats here for Azooz. Coming over to the other side of the map. 3 Chinooks there in the back of the base. I feel like one of these Gats is going to catch him eventually, though. Yeah, that V there goes down. That's big bad news there for Apex. Starts taking economic damage. Chinooks pulled over to the left, but there's a Gat on the left. Although it is going away, though. I think you're right in the chat regarding the power, actually. I think he can do the EMP without upgrading it now. I was thinking the EMP requires 5 power, but that's a laser turret that requires 5 power, isn't it? Does that require only 3? You'd think after 20 years I would know this now. And I'm saying I think. Okay, well, Apex is going to clear up at that left-hand side, but now he's against 4 Gats and 2 ECMs in the middle of the base. Yes, 3. Okay, so it's 5 for a laser turret, 3 for a EMP. So you're right, you would not need that upgrade if you were just doing 1 EMP in the beginning. As long as you are only on 1 supply though, I think. Yeah, as long as you're only on 1 supply. If you make 2 supplies, then you do need it. Because the supply requires 1 power. So a bit of a base raid going on here. War Factory in the base of Apex. Apex has actually got himself 2 oils and building a new supply over on the left side. ECM being sent back to regroup with these Gats to maybe go in and fend this off. But Azooz is fighting for his life in this tournament now. He cannot afford to lose this one. So far, these Vs having quite good success. One V gets locked down by the ECM. Gats go to work on it. Another V almost gets disabled. I think that Gat's now going to be cleared up. Azooz losing an important chunk of his army. Flamer here taking out the base, as well as the Gat. Gat's there will get some veterancy. He's got a Vet 3 Gat now, which could make the difference between winning and losing the fight against these Vs, which will ultimately happen very soon, I think. Azooz has got enough cash to build a supply. Gat takes out the Chinook over here on the left. All the supplies now cleared on Azooz's base. Azooz heading over to the left-hand side. Not sure where the dozer is for Apex, though. Did it get shot down, or is it in there? I don't think it's in there, actually. And I think Apex might have lost this game because that Flamer is going to go and kill the only remaining buildings. And even though he has the oils... Ooh, the Flamer! No, the V's dead. Yeah, the V's dead, GG. Nice try there from Apex, to be fair. He almost still won, despite that EMP in the beginning. Achieving absolutely zero.
Defeated.
And yeah, despite him upgrading that power plant when apparently he didn't need to. We got there in the end with that lesson. So I think the power plant, what, gives you 5 power? Power plant gives you 5 power. Supply costs 1 power. War factory costs 1 power. Does the barracks cost 0? I think. And the EMP costs 3. So if you do that build perfectly, you should end up with 5 out of 5 power. But if you build an extra supply, then you go low power. Apex says don't take too long and not got much time left. Well, you said that when Azooz already left the game. Azooz is going to be choosing the map. I'm gonna guess. What's he gonna choose? He's gonna choose something more well-known. Can't remember what well-known stuff is, though. Oil Rampage. Okay. This could suit Azooz, you know? Because before, when he's been like quite tunnel visioned and not paying attention to the flanks as much as he probably should, just with all that aggression, this could suit him because it's very narrow. You've got no choice but to be tunnel visioned and just all out with the aggression. You've still got like mini flanks. But it's so narrow. Yeah, for those of you who don't know this map, you've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 oils each and a refinery. Very narrow map, usually big, epic battles here in the middle. But Apex has got Air Force there. A stronger army. Apex with the have fun. Okay, remember Azooz is fighting for his life in this tournament. He cannot lose any more games. We've got Azooz down in the bottom left with the GLA Vanilla in the cyan color. People ask me, like on the 1 or 2 people asking me in my previous video, why do you call it Vanilla? Well, it's GLA without any special general. It's just a plain old GLA, like vanilla ice cream. I don't know where the word vanilla actually came into zero. Someone once decided, okay, it's got to come in. But yeah, vanilla is like plain, isn't it? Up in the top right, we've got the USA Air Force for the purple player, which is Apex. Airfield from Apex. Don't know how I feel about that, baby. I do not know how I feel about that. I think what he's going for is the King Raptor, so ultimately shut down the first technical that comes out. But I think this map more suits Firebase's V-spam. But I suppose if you use that first King Raptor to shut down the first technical, and then you can still transition to V-spam. Sexy says, how much energy does one laser tank need? I think it's 1. it is a science, to be honest, isn't it? Learning all the different power requirements in Zero across the different factions. Like, it's so vastly different. Here comes the King Raptor. Annihilates the technical and all the RPGs inside of it. And Azooz will now be thinking, hang on a minute, it could be full-on Comanche build or something now from that. But actually now Apex is going to transition to War Factories. It's not got that middle oil though, which is a mistake. Apex has beaconed something. Is he just clicking too much, or did he actually mean to beacon that? I don't know. I think he's clicking too much. He did have a ranger here trying to capture this oil, but it's not going to work. Quad now from Azooz. Azooz quickly needs to get on another supply, and very quickly needs to get on 3 arms dealers, spamming loads of stuff across the map. Don't hang around now. That oil not being captured is kind of bad. I mean, there are a lot of oils here, but he picked this map. You better be prepared for it if you picked it. Wow. Still going King Raptors. He only has 2 though, but he's still enough to wipe out those quads and at least weaken that so much that it has to turn back. Refinery not captured for either player. This oil very late to be captured. And I actually don't like just not opening 2 supplies from the beginning. For both players, to be honest here. At least, like, make 3 Chinooks. Oh, no, wait, he has made another supply. Okay, we'll let him off. Okay, King Raptors now coming in for Apex. At least one of them gets shot down, though. The other ones do escape, actually. He's going to work on these quads. Azooz has captured all of his tech buildings, but I can't believe he's not expanded to a second. With V-Spam really starting to pick up now. Would like another war factory, though, from Apex, especially once he gets his refinery. Big pop here from Azooz. Takes out 1V, leaves another one low. Needs to bring a worker here to repair this stuff. The Raptors are coming in. Big pop of quads. Bit risky. Ooh. Did take out a number of quads, but he's also wrecked everything there on the ground. He took out what? A few Vs. Nearly all the Raptors. Actually, 2 did escape. Yeah, a bit of an interesting situation. Actually, 3 Vs there went down. Did the King Raptors help kill them or not? I don't know. But yeah, I can't believe Azooz is not on another supply yet. Has he not seen that one? Has he not seen his second supply? He's on his other one, which is normally would be his third. Refinery still not captured by Apex. Nickname in the chat, talking about his mum. His mum still hasn't texted me, actually. She's been meaning to text me for the last few days. Will you just give her a reminder? Okay, big push from Azooz here. You would imagine he's going hard now, knowing that he could be out. He doesn't win this. Well, any game from now, but yeah, especially this one. This one is in the moment, but yeah, not taking your third supply. King Raptor's flying across the map, takes out one of the oils. I like that. He's feeling confident enough to actually go for the oils despite this pressure here. But there's no drones here, and those King Raptors mostly got shot down on the way back. And there's another big push here from Azooz on the right. I think we could be looking at a comeback here and a decider, you know, because like Apex is under a lot of pressure. No drones here on these Vs. I just don't understand it. It distracts the fire of the quads so much. And one of the oils there has been taken down. One of the oils there has been captured, not taken down. Here comes a carpet bomb. Going to be on the quads, but nice X-split there from Azooz. Saves almost every single quad. Apex has been defeated. He just quits. No GG. Apex is feeling the pressure, man. This is what happens with the World Series. Things are heating up here. 4-3. Yeah, the bit I would have done differently, making the drones on the Vs more fire bases. I don't think I saw any fire bases. I would have only made like 1 or 2 wraps just for killing the first technical primarily. I probably wouldn't have made wraps altogether, to be honest, but the first wrap seemed to work out nice, so in hindsight, that was a good one. But the rest of it should have been empty Tovies with drones. He says that's embarrassing, but Azooz did play good, to be fair. He applied the pressure when he needed to. Azooz needed to go all out. Air Force should still win, I think. Fire bases and Tovies. I'll just say it was GG. I don't want him to feel bad. I don't want him to be tilted going into this game. I actually think if he is that angry there, even if you're just subconsciously a bit angry, I think you should take a few minutes, go and get a drink and stuff. Come back, because you got a hard one against you now. GLA against Air. Down at the bottom left, we have the purple GLA vanilla for Apex. He's fighting now to win this particular match. But in the top right, you have Azooz, who also needs to win this match to force a decider. He's playing with the USA Air Force in the cyan color. 4-3. Who would have predicted that scoreline? And that Azooz now with the stronger army. And is Apex feeling the pressure? Like, with a no GG there, it's kind of giving away the kind of giving away his mental state. You can read a little bit into that. Okay, so I'll tell you exactly what I'd be thinking as the Air Force. I'd have a drone and a scan on his base. Is he making a terrorist or not? He's not making a terrorist. I'd be doing a dozer drop over the top, killing all of these workers. It would really screw the GLA. And as soon as them RPGs come to save it, you've killed all the workers, then you can actually drop some of the oils and deny them as well. That would be a really poor start and would probably mean a GG. Probably mean the Air Force has won. Because no terrorists. So yeah, you always want to make one terrorist. And again, the GLA not going for a second supply. Personally would prefer that second supply, but I think he's prioritizing getting more aggressive tunnels, which is kind of okay, I suppose. He is sending too many rebels over here, though. Starting to see Apex slip a little bit here. Madara's just timed out Dennis Lau in the chat. Dennis Lau is noob fighter, by the way. He's only trolling with whatever his comments are. He said, Dominator, you suck hard, noob. It's noob fighter. He reckons he's got loads of spare time and he's going to be coming back to zero. I'll see it when I believe it. Apex with the all-out aggression. Definitely skipping that supply so we can do more aggression. But Azooz is already building a strat. Needs to get these two oils over here. Ooh, RPG's loaded inside the bunker. Mistake there from Azooz, not taking that. Needs to get flashbangs or combat drop that fast, because if that starts killing your oils or he builds a tunnel there, it's going to be difficult. Solar Fly says, can you cast Herb versus Moon Knight next? Probably not on this stream, to be honest. But I'll upload it as a video. I want it to be a separate record on YouTube, a separate video, so people can access them easily. You know what I mean? Not combined. By tomorrow, I'll try and have it up. So far, the Apex aggression is working nicely. He's killed this oil. Combat drop now coming in from Azooz, but does he have enough rangers? Don't think so. One ranger will suicide itself for 2 RPGs. Bombardment now in play from Azooz. Why do we not see Search and Destroy? It's a little bit weird. Third Arms Dealer now being built by Apex. I feel like he's really going hard on the aggression, Apex. And I feel like Azooz is so far holding on to the pressure. Apex does need to make sure he's getting his refinery, because in the last game he was a little bit slow getting that. This bunker has finally been cleared. Quite a lot of Vs are getting up. Just don't want to let that amount get to a scary amount of Vs. Otherwise it will become difficult. But yeah, I don't know why Bombardment has been selected and not AP... Sorry, Search and Destroy. AP rockets, what the hell. Yeah, no tow from Azooz. Find a little bit weird. Apex has an extra oil. He's captured one of these and he's killed this one, and Azooz doesn't have that one. So Apex ahead in oils. But Azooz continually fighting without search and destroy, so he doesn't have the extra range, without the tow upgrade. And he's just fighting empty Vs with no tow, missile defenders. Losing battles to these technicals, of which some of them are super techs now and grenade techs. There is a quad cannon here harassing Azooz. Azooz under a lot of pressure. Is he going to see that quad cannon too late? Loses one Chinook. Is he going to pull the other one? Doesn't look like it. Azooz still fighting with these Vs. No fire bases in play. He kept his CC as well, so a bit of a passive play. These technicals are really wrecking, really causing problems for Azooz, and I think Apex is literally a few mouse clicks, a few more attacks away from going through to round number 2. Keeping on the pressure, a lot of Vs going down here. Azooz fighting for his survival in this tournament. Loses 3 Vs, still no tow upgrade. I find it kind of unbelievable. Next supply is up for Apex, other supply is up for Apex, still doesn't have his refinery. And I think Apex is going to do it, you know. I think he's on top of the aggression too much, plus all the macro in behind it. He's on top of all of it. Both of them two things combined. And yeah, Azooz is starting to falter a little bit, losing both Chinooks there, only remaking the first one now. Bud Licker says, have I got my worker's shoes today? Yes. Been wearing them all day. But this is it. That is it. GG's well played. He lost his last V. He was making an airfield, but I don't understand where are the fire bases and no third war factory, no tow upgrade.
You have been defeated.
Stuff like that. Apex really excited with the capital. Yes. Really well played there from Apex. Azooz really tried, and I do feel for him, and I know he put in the effort. It's not like both players played awfully or anything like that. Both players gave it their all. Azooz really, really tried to get the win, but unfortunately Apex just proved to be a little bit too good for him. Maybe it's the activity people talked about at the start. Maybe Apex is just naturally too good. Maybe it's a combination of the two. I don't know, but yeah, congratulations to Apex, who'll go through. Just say congrats. Well played. No problem, and we will check who he'll go against on the other screen. Warning, I'm going to show you the bracket, and there's a couple of spoilers on there, so if you don't want to see the bracket, turn off the stream now. There is the bracket. So Apex will go to face against Reznov. That's going to be a hard battle, to be honest. It's going to be a hard battle because Reznov only beat Fargo in another tournament just yesterday. So yeah, there is the bracket. Just after the stream finishes, I'm going to upload HSN against Magical. You can check that one out if you want. And then I've got a few more to cast. I think I'm like 3 or 4 behind. But yeah, GG, all played. Thanks for joining. And this next stream is going to be Fargo against Freestyler tomorrow, 15:30 GMT, so a little bit earlier. I'll set up the stream reminder tonight. Be there or be square. That will be a really good one. Freestyler against Fargo. Should be drama. There should be flaming. And there should be some high-level plays. But yeah, will Fargo prove to be too active and too good? Freestyler pretty inactive. Let's see what happens tomorrow. So yeah, GG, well played. Cheers to everyone that joined. I'll try and reply to some of you in the chat. And I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. GG.